What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have a BMW DIY for the first time in a long time. I've had this car about 2 years. It's a 2016 328i, and it has been very reliable. I've only had one thing go wrong with it, where the retaining clip that holds the parking brake cable in broke. I fixed that. I didn't make a video on that because I didn't really know what I was doing, so I kind of had to play it by ear. Other than that, this car has been extremely reliable. I've just changed the oil on it. That's part of the reason the hood is up. The other part is what we're about to do. I want to keep this car reliable, so we're going to go ahead and change the spark plugs and coils. This car has a little over 90,000 miles. I think we're at like 92,000 something. My old 328, the 2009 with the inline 6, had spark plugs and coils go bad right around this mileage. So I don't want to have that happen again while I'm driving. So we're going to go ahead and change this as preventative maintenance. There's nothing wrong with the car at all. We're just trying to get this out of the way. So what we're going to be using today is, first of all, we have a 3/8 ratchet. This one is an Icon ratchet from Harbor Freight. You know, these are really nice ratchets, guys. Don't sleep on Harbor Freight. We've got some NGK laser iridium spark plugs, 4 of them in this pack, I believe. And then we've got some Delphi Technologies coils. So basically these are the OEM coils that just don't have the BMW branding on them, and they cost about half the price. So without any further ado, I'm going to show you how you do this. So as you can see here, I've already pulled the engine cover off. That only gives us access to the first 2, maybe 3 spark plugs. To get to the rest, we are going to need to get this out of the way. So we've got these, I think they're 10 mils, and they're little twist kind of things. You just... Oh, got one more over here. Strut brace bar here. Hopefully we can do this without removing that. I'm hoping we can just leave that in. There's some 10 mils back here. Okay, so I wasn't able to get this out. It looks like in order to remove this, the brace has to come out first, which, I mean, it's pretty straightforward. It looks like it's a little more complicated than it may have been on the E90, but we're gonna pull this out of the way first. Looks like we're gonna have to remove the cowl on that side too, and then we should be able to get access to the bolt that is behind. There should be bolts back there. If it's set up like the E90 was, there should be a bolt back there, and we should be able to remove that. So I'm going to pull this out, I'm going to undo that, and then we're going to get this brace out. So it looks like the strut brace is held in by 4 E18s. Looks like it's all one piece. In the E90s it was 2 separate pieces, so you could just take left out or right out. This looks like we got to take the whole thing out. Might need a breaker bar. There we go. All right, with that out of the way, now we should have access to this panel back here. It looks like it runs from across both sides. So even if it was 2 separate pieces, it looks like we would have had to take the whole thing out anyway. So got access now. A couple of 10 mils back there, and we'll pull all them out. All right, I removed 6 bolts, or 6 10 mils, and I do not see what's holding it down anymore. Oh, nothing. There we go. Just needed a different angle. And if you look at that, we got access to all 4 of them. So now Now we're in the home stretch. We're just gonna pull out the old ones and put the new ones in. You will need to have a skinny spark plug socket. These are, I think, 14s. Yeah, it's a 14. You can maybe see it right there. I just picked this up at AutoZone a while ago now to do it on the 335 when I had that. There we go. There, you just pull it out. Oh, that's still hot. So this is what our old one looks like. I'm gonna go grab a new one. They're probably gonna look exactly the same. So really the only difference is that this one has got some yellowing right here. I mean, you look on the inside, the contact still looks good. We're just doing this, like I said, as preventative maintenance. I haven't had any misfires. Glad to see that this is clean and not like coated in oil. I changed plugs and coils on my N54. I found out I had valve cover leakage into the coils, and that was causing my misfires, not the coils themselves. So certainly hope that doesn't happen to me on this car. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and pull out the spark plug. So we got a bit of an extension here, and we're just going to go down and in. Hopefully this extension is long enough. We can always go grab another one if we need it. I think I want a longer extension because I don't have a large range of motion. Hopefully this one does better. If it doesn't, we can start linking them together. Oh yeah, that's plenty of space. There we go. Just keep turning it till it's no longer secure. So this is the old plug right here. So yeah, it looks like it's seen better days. It's probably a good time to be changing them. I mean, I'll pull out a new one and show you what that looks like in comparison. That looks much cleaner. So these should be pre-gapped. I certainly hope they are because I don't have one of those little gapping coins. You can kind of look at them side by side with each other, and I mean, just to the naked eye, it looks fine. It looks the same. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and put this in. So we're just gonna do the opposite of what we just did to get it out. We are going to start by just loosely hand threading this so that we don't strip anything. Make sure we get it nice and going nicely. Once we get resistance, we will put the ratchet on it and we will just do it nice and snug. All right, we're getting resistance. Pretty sure we got a good thread considering we went down quite a long way without any sort of... All right. And now we just put the coil in. So you've got the new one here. You can tell it's the new one because it's white and not yellow. All we gotta do is line it up with the plug so that it will plug in properly, and we just push it in, and you can feel it seat. And at that point, we just plug up and do the clip. And now we do that 3 more times. All right, so at this point, all the new ones are in. As you can see on this little white part here, every single one of them is clean and shiny. You can see the old ones here on the ground. Those spark plugs especially look like they had seen better days. All of them were kind of dingy, but there was really only cylinder 1. The first one that I pulled out that was on video, that was the only one that was really yellow. The rest of them were much more dingy, but they were not yellow. So now the only thing left to do is put everything back together, which is just the opposite of what we did to get here. So that plastic panel will go in, then the cross member will go in, and then the covers for the cowl will go in. That'll be it. All right, so everything is put back together now. Now we just need to clean off the hood here. I'm gonna leave the engine cover off right now because I don't like the thing. I don't have any vacuum lines built into it. I think some models do. This is an N26. It doesn't have anything built into it. So I'm just going to run it as is and clean everything off, and then make sure it actually doesn't misfire or anything like that. I'm pretty sure I did everything correctly, so I'm not expecting anything, but you always got to check. All right, now we have the moment of truth. We're going to start the car and make sure everything is good.
And, you know, if something isn't wrong, don't panic. Just scan the codes, find out which cylinder isn't working right. Chances are you probably didn't, like, tighten up the plug right or anything like that. Or maybe the coil isn't seated properly. So don't panic if something's wrong. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and see how it is. Anyway, we look like we're idling well. No codes. Hold on, you can see like a car. That's just the way the light's hitting, I think. So no codes, everything seems good. And these should hopefully last another 90,000 miles. And just thank you so much for actually, before we do that outro, while I was working on the car, I got a new toy that showed up. It's not car related, but if you want to see videos on this, just let me know. Just hang on one second. We're going to go take a look. I got this Metabo HPT zero rear clearance sliding miter saw. This is a 12-inch. I haven't even opened it yet, obviously, but if you want to see a video on this, I'm really thinking about doing it. So let me know in the comments below if you'd like to see that. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.